You know, some stories, they just get under your skin. And it's not because of what they tell you, but because of everything they don't. We're about to dive into one of those stories, a first-hand account of a trip that just went so wrong. And that right there, that question is at the absolute heart of this whole thing. It just perfectly sets the stage for a story where the lines between what's real, what's a nightmare, and what's something else just completely fall apart. All right, so let's get into it. You know how it is with these ghost stories, right? So many unsettling encounters start with something totally mundane. The familiar. You know, the stuff we do every day on autopilot. Well, this haunted journey is no different. So, picture this. It's late, 11:30 at night. Our narrator, he's just relieved, you know? He caught the last bus home, and the vibe inside is exactly what you'd expect. It's almost empty, super quiet, just a few people sitting by themselves, far apart, the conductor isn't saying a word. Everything is completely normal. And this is where things start to feel off, where the ordinary starts to unravel. For the first 15 minutes or so, it's just a normal bus ride. But then this subtle, creepy feeling just starts to wash over him. Something isn't right. Here's the first major red flag. The bus, it just wasn't stopping. It's just gliding right past all the usual stops. Nobody's getting on, nobody's getting off. The whole rhythm of the ride is just broken. And then it hits him, the second big realization. He's looking out the window at the streetlights flashing past, the turns the bus is making, and he doesn't recognize any of it. The familiar route home, it's gone, replaced by, something completely unknown. And that's when the fear really starts to take shape. That simple, terrifying question just hangs in the air inside his head. Where are we going? But there's no one to ask, no one to answer. That feeling of safety, of just a routine trip home, it's completely gone, replaced by this deep, isolating confusion. So of course he pulls out his phone, tries to get a signal, figure out where he is. Nothing. And that's when he's forced to actually look around, to confront his surroundings. And what he notices about the other people on this bus, it's way more disturbing than just taking a wrong turn. I mean, think about this for a second. The detail here is just so unnatural, it's terrifying. It's one thing for people on a late-night bus to be quiet, but to be completely still? He describes it like they weren't even breathing, like mannequins. A bus full of living statues just hurtling through the night. And then it happens, the point of no return. Passive observation turns into direct, horrifying interaction. He makes eye contact. The man he looks at, he just stares back, an unbroken, unblinking stare. It's such a small detail, but it's completely inhuman, right? And it just confirms it. Whatever's happening here is not normal. Our narrator, his heart is just pounding, and he quickly looks away. So his fear is just skyrocketing now, and he's desperate. He's looking for someone in charge, anyone who can explain this. He glances at the rearview mirror to see the driver, but there's nothing. No face, no reflection. Just a dark shape. A void at the wheel, taking them all deeper and deeper into the unknown. Even with all this dread building up, he knows he has to do something. He can't just sit there. He has to ask. So he gets up, walks towards the conductor, just desperate for any kind of answer, any little piece of normalcy. And he's about to get an answer, but believe me, it is not the one he's looking for. The conductor turns to look at him, and his expression, it's pure nightmare fuel. He has this smile that just defies anatomy. It stretches way too wide across his face. It's this grotesque, almost predatory grin that makes it very clear this is not a friendly chat. And then the conductor speaks, and his voice is low, chilling. He says, "You weren't supposed to get on this bus." It's not an explanation, is it? It's a verdict. It's confirmation that our narrator has made a terrible mistake. He's somewhere he was never, ever supposed to be. The second those words hit the air, everything shifts. That slow, creeping dread just explodes into pure, raw panic. This isn't a journey anymore. It's reached its unscheduled and absolutely horrifying final stop. And just like that, the bus lurches to a stop. Bam! Suddenly, in the middle of absolutely nowhere, the engine cuts out, and the silence is just deafening. Then you hear that hiss as the doors open all on their own. Is it an invitation or is it a command? He turns around, and every single passenger on that bus is now staring directly at him. So he looks out the open doors, and what does he see? Nothing. Literally nothing. No road, no trees, not a single light. Just an absolute suffocating blackness. A void. Just waiting. So what do? You've got these silent, staring things behind you and this endless void in front of you. He makes a choice. He chooses the void. It's pure fight or flight. He runs and he jumps. But he doesn't just fall forever into darkness. The next thing he knows, he's waking up. But the nightmare isn't over. Not even close. It's just changed. The horror of being on that bus is now replaced by this chilling, totally disorienting reality. And this is the crucial part, this complete disconnect between what he experienced and what he's told. See, he remembers jumping from a moving bus into pure darkness, but a truck driver says he found him unconscious on the side of a highway, miles from any bus stop. And when our guy asks about the bus, the truck driver is certain. There's no bus route here at night. And he never gets any real answers. His story just exists in this vacuum, A ghost story with only one witness. And the terror of that night, it never really left him. It lingers. Sometimes he says he sees a phantom bus passing in the dark, and it's this constant, chilling reminder that maybe his ride isn't over. And that right there, that's the core horror of this whole story. What was it? A really vivid night terror? A genuine brush with the supernatural? Or something else? The story gives us zero easy answers. It just leaves us with the exact same haunting questions the narrator has. What was that bus? And is it still out there, waiting?